David Menzies for Rebel News here in Toronto. Now, folks, we are still on the hunt to get answers as to why there are 3 Chinese police stations essentially operating out of the Greater Toronto area. 1 in the Scarborough region of Toronto and 2 in Markham. Now, last week we found the address for one of the Markham-based police detachments, if you can call it that. It was at a Chinese business association. You may recall we went out there to visit, not sure if they wouldn't open the door or if nobody was home, but here's how that went. The door was locked and either nobody was answering the door or the business is closed. Why don't we just go and make another house call and see if anyone's home? As you can see, the door is locked. Now, I see a monitor on, but so far nothing. So we still haven't heard anything from that business association. I've left a voicemail, but nothing to report on yet. Now, the reason why I'm here is this is a detachment for the Royal Canadian Mounted Police, and York Regional Police suggested I reach out to them for answers for this situation, and the Toronto Police suggested we reach out to Interpol Canada. Now, I can tell you in both cases I did. I sent a query to the Media Relations Department of the RCMP and of Interpol Canada. Haven't heard back, so we thought we would just make a house call because we want to know how it is that another nation's police force, and of all the nations in the world, China, is operating here in Canada. Now, the ostensible policy reason is that they're supposedly helping the Canadian government crack down on fraudsters, but we know from a group called Safeguard Defenders, they're a human rights group, they have very serious concerns about these police officers operating on Canadian soil and in other nations. Here's what they had to say in a report, quote, "These operations eschew official bilateral police and judicial cooperation and violate the international rule of law and may violate the territorial integrity in third countries involved in setting up a parallel policing mechanism using illegal methods," end quote. Well, that's pretty disturbing that they're not following the rules. In fact, they might be operating here illegally. Why are we tolerating this? So like I said, I never heard back from either Interpol or the RCMP. We're going to make a house call right here to this RCMP detachment. Let's see if we have any success.
Why, sir?
We're doing a story on these 3 Chinese police detachments that are in the Greater Toronto area. Now, 2 are in Markham and 1 is in Toronto. And we reached out to the Toronto Police and the York Region Police. And York Region said, you got to get in touch with the RCMP, which I did. A week ago, I sent an email to the media office. And Toronto Police said, you got to reach out to Interpol. And I'm going to have a colleague in Ottawa reach out there. But we're just trying to find out. Like we found the address for one, but there was nobody home, or they wouldn't answer the door when we came to the, it's a Chinese business association in Markham. So, sir, what I was hoping to do was like literally pay a house call because I've waited a week and I've gotten no response. And we're just, do you know where these other addresses are for these Chinese police detachments, or?
No, I've never, it's the first time I hear about it.
Oh, okay.
But I was, because we have a media RCMP person, and,
yes.
And I do have a direct email address.
Oh, okay.
This is my business card here also, if you have any problem reaching her.
Oh, I appreciate that, because I don't think I had a name. It was just so I'll reach out again, right? Yeah. It's just
so I can't really help you out that much.
Okay. I used to think that law enforcement agencies were very, territorial with their jurisdictions, yeah. And the idea of another nation's police force, and evidently they're in 30 other countries aside from Canada. Mm-hmm. And like the ostensible policy reason is that they're helping, I guess, the government find Chinese fraudsters, right? But what human rights groups are saying is they're also monitoring, that's the word they use, monitor, Chinese Canadian citizens' activity, and they don't have the power of arrest, but they coerce people to go back to China, and and they say things. We understand you have family there, a business there, this kind of thing. So
Yes.
we're just trying to find out how this is tolerated, because I can't imagine the RCMP would be allowed to set up a shop in Beijing.
No, I understand that you're concerned.
Yeah.
I understand your concern. Fortunately, like for the media, I would suggest you discuss with our media liaison
Okay, then.
person.
Well, I'll reach out. Did you have a phone number for her as well, or?
She told me to provide only her
Oh,
email address.
okay then. All right.
But yeah, she expecting that you're gonna call her. So.
Oh, okay.
Or you're gonna email her. Sorry.
I will email her. Okay then. I'm sorry to come unannounced, but we're just running into dead ends. And,
I apologize that you didn't get a response.
Oh,
from
no,
the
no
media. I
worries.
don't know which place you tried.
It was on your regular website, the media relations module, but I will reach out to Ms. Veenstra personally.
Yes.
And I appreciate that.
Yes, and if you have a problem reaching her, please contact me again.
Okay.
You have my phone numbers here.
Thank you so much for your help.
All right.
Okay.
Thank you.
You
Thank
take
you.
care. Bye-bye. Well, there you have it, folks. We spoke to a very friendly staff sergeant who didn't even know about the situation. That's a bit surprising because it has received mainstream media attention in various newspapers the world over, actually. But he was kind enough to give me the name of somebody at the RCMP Media Relations Department, and I am going to reach out to her. And whether she responds or not, we're going to keep digging. We've reached out to other sources. We want to find out where these other two Chinese police detachments are, and really just try to find out what the hell are they doing on Canadian soil. For Rebel News, I'm David the Menzoid Menzies. Folks, I know it's hard to believe, but there are allegedly 3 Chinese police stations being harbored in the Greater Toronto Area, 2 in Markham, 1 in Scarborough, Ontario. One of them is allegedly behind the walls of this association. It's called the Canada Toronto Fuking Business Association. This is beyond the pale. Chinese police enforcing the mandates of Beijing on Canadian soil. Please go to kickthemout.ca. That's kickthemout.ca. We're going to send that petition to the powers that be who are in charge of this egregious fiasco and tell them enough is enough.